Like most things in our gynocentric society, the notion of the male midlife crisis is a myth. And it's actually just female projection, gaslighting, and shaming. Now, I know that's going to piss off some of the ladies that might watch this, but I mean no offense. I think my regulars know I'm not a woman hater. I am fond of a really great woman. But we do live in a gynocentric culture. And this idea that a man will reach a certain age and out of panic, fear, and just losing his mind will try to cling on to the dying embers of youth and live out a type of life that he's not going to live anymore or didn't live or whatever, and it's out of sheer panic and just it's a bit of a myth. And it's not so much a myth, it's more of an awakening, I should say. Now there's two major reasons why it seems like these men have a midlife crisis. And we have to run through the timeline, the male timeline. Now for a lot of women, they reach, it's been spoken about on this side of the internet many times, sort of everyone knows the concept, like women peak younger, men peak older. Okay, women hit their peak it could be from 18 to 25, 26 in terms of what value they bring to the opposite sex because of their beauty, their youth, their fertility, and so on. Whereas a man should get better with age. He should get in better shape, better looking, and make more money. Now, if you run this through, a man reaches a certain point where suddenly, if he's able to, he's climbed the ranks, he's climbed the ladder, corporate ladder, he's become more and more successful, and he's made more money. More money than he's ever had in his life. Money that he wished he had when he was 21 and 22, but he didn't. And now he has it. Suddenly, he can gain access to a lifestyle, to certain things, and therefore to a certain quality in looks of women that he never had before. So he goes and sometimes he goes and accesses that. Sometimes he trades in his wife of so many years for a version of half her age and at least twice her beauty, and goes and buys the Porsche or the Ferrari, which he's always wanted, because every guy would love a Porsche and a Ferrari, right? So that's number one. Number two, which is more along the awakening side of things, and Legion of Men did a really good video on this as well. I recommend you go check it out and look for that. But men tend to hit a certain age, if they haven't been sort of clued in and self-aware and woken up at a younger age, these type of guys, they hit an age where they realize they spent their whole lives sacrificing what they want, sacrificing their needs, wants, and desires for everybody else and for society in general. And that wouldn't necessarily be such a good thing, such a bad thing, sorry. But if you're a man, and as you know, you are required to sacrifice all of these things for the sake of other people, women, family, children, society, and you don't even get a thank you. There's no reward. You're not even respected for it. We used to be. We used to be respected for it. We used to be appreciated for it. We used to understand and get our rewards, at least on a cultural level, and with our relationships with our women, with our friends, with our family, and so forth. Now, no. We are disrespected and spat on, and at the same time still expected to sacrifice for the people that are doing the spitting. And men reach this point in life and they go, hang on a second, I've done all this for all of you, I've done nothing for myself, I don't live the life that I have actually ever wanted to truly live. I'm done. I'm gonna do me now, because I've been given nothing back but the bare minimum at best. So you know what? Fuck all of yous. I'm gonna do me, and that's hence the midlife male crisis. And then if you merge that with someone who has some money, woo, goes off and balls his final days of youth left. He balls it out. Goes bowling. So it's not a crisis. It's an access to a lifestyle for some of these guys, and it's an awakening, a realization. Now, guys that go over the top, guys that destroy a good, healthy, long-lasting relationship, a family, and so forth, I don't agree with that. I don't think that should be happening. And there's things that you can do as a man that you could avoid this absolute blowout, right? And just destroy everything, every foundation you've laid, your family, your connections, all the bridges, right? You can avoid burning all of those. Right? Along the way, doing a few things, right? And this is going to be different for everyone. I'm not going to be able to go into all the things you could do and so forth. And you've got to think about this yourself, and people smarter than me, I'd love to hear in the comments things that you could also do. But generally speaking, it would be, you've got to choose. If you're going to marry or choose someone young to start with, don't feel like you're settling. Do you know what I mean? Because if one day you're in a career that has a lot of potential, you're gonna reach that point possibly where you're gonna want to do the trade-in. You don't really want to be in that situation when you feel like that. Ideally, you can be successful and do all this when you're young, get it out of your system. And this is the point. I think for a lot of dudes, you should have a period of your life where you're a bit selfish. However long that is, 1 year, 2 years, 3. Ideally, you're young and you've got no responsibilities. You don't have a missus, you don't have kids, and so forth. And you can just focus on you and be selfish and put yourself first. Get it out of your system a little bit. But here's the other thing. Don't ever throw that away completely. You should always keep a little sliver for yourself, at least. You know, I'm married, I've got kids, and so forth. There are things that I still do for myself. Because I need to. Because I know that if I just squeeze that lemon till it's dry, right? I just rinse myself. I just give everything. I can't pour from an empty cup. I would resent, to some level, or start resenting some of the most beautiful things I would have, because it would just go that way. It could potentially go that way anyway. You should you should take a minute, whether it's 1 hour a week, whatever it is, training for yourself, gym, meeting up with friends, a hobby, sit down, watch the footy, and instead of always choosing your missus thing you want to, whatever it is, try your best to always keep something, at least one thing for yourself, some time for yourself. And then if that's on top of a period in your life where you were just fully focused on you, you'll be able to go out there and actually be a man, which is responsibility. By the way, I'm not advocating a life of no responsibility and a lack of servitude and always be about you. Hell no. If you actually want to grow, mature, and be what's considered a real man, that's going to be a massive part of it. But you're going to be much more willing, much more okay with doing all of that if you've got that largely out of the system and you still got a little sliver for yourself. And guys, don't expect much in return, all right? Yeah, don't expect the whole world to just roll out the red carpet and thank you so much and appreciate you and shower you with gifts and appraisal and all this. It's just not the way of the world right now, unfortunately. We don't need it. If you're doing the right thing and the people that matter the most to you. That's more than enough. So let me know your thoughts. Do you know anyone that's just seemingly hit that midlife crisis as a man? Seemingly went out of control? Or just woken up? Let me know some of the stories, some of the things. I appreciate hearing those. And yeah, join me for the next video.